So let me ask you this: as far as on the corporate side, because it's an interesting conversation as far as on the business side, right? From we've spoken to people that have sold businesses, but we haven't really spoken to a lot of people that have actually taken the helm of running a company after it has been sold already to a larger corporation. So what are some of the challenges that you have to face as far as stepping in a CEO seat, replacing a well-known CEO and a well-liked CEO, right? And how have you been able to make that transition?
Yeah. So look, it was an honor for me to be able to take over this role. So I actually was part of the first set of folks that welcomed Tristan and the Bevel brand and Walker & Company to P&G. So I actually made a connection with Tristan super early in that relationship. Also, I was a big fan of Bevel. So I, like, before it was even on P&G's radar, I was a user similar to yourself, right? Before, that was a big thing. So, it's been a good transition. Tristan is super supportive. And, again, for me, what this is about is how do we continue to build on the legacy that was created and continue to serve Black men from a grooming perspective. So how do we continue to innovate in that space? How do we keep the focus on grooming and Black male grooming and creating solutions for Black men so that Black grooming tools and capabilities are available everywhere, not just in very specialized places. So that's why we like to have products in Walmart and in Target and in Ulta and Amazon, so to make it more widely available for Black men.
Yeah, I remember when Bevel dropped. I had the original. It was silver, but one of the best. Yeah. It was quiet. It was a quiet cut. So I appreciate that. Now we talk about beauty care all the time, and we can obviously see the numbers. We just saw Selena Gomez became a billionaire on the list now because of beauty care, but we don't talk about men's grooming enough. Talk about the business that's associated with men's grooming, how profitable it could be, and what separates Bevel from all the other men's grooming companies in a space?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, men's grooming is exploding. Even if you just go into a store now versus like 5 years ago, you can see there's so many more brands that are on the shelf, so many more products, athletes are getting involved. You got superstars like the Rock are getting involved. So, and that's really because men's grooming as a category is starting to explode. Where we play uniquely is we provide grooming solutions for Black men. Okay. So we are really focused. We prioritize Black men's grooming. That's why if you think about the safety razor, the shaver, right? This is all about eliminating irritation. It's all about eliminating razor bumps. The reason why Tristan started the company to begin with was because he was having a problem, right? So he was starting to shave and he was getting razor bumps. And so he created a product that eliminated razor bumps, eliminated irritation, and we've kind of built from that. I actually had, interesting enough, I had a friend of mine that I went to college with, and I caught up with him at some festival about a month ago, and he didn't know. So it was me and another friend, and my other friend was telling him like, "Hey, Damon is now the CEO of Bevel," and this dude was like, "Man, dude, this Bevel saved my life," and he was dead serious. And basically, what he was sharing with me was he was in the military. And, in the military, you have to be clean shaven. And he was using stuff like Magic Shave. He was using like the multi razors that was giving him lots of razor bumps. And once he discovered Bevel, it changed his whole life. He was able to really focus on being in the military versus, being worried about getting like razor bumps and it's really irritating his skin.
You guys are incredibly innovative. I actually bought 2 blades, so I'm honored to be talking with you tonight. I don't endorse many products, but boy, that blade is sharp. I've seen a lot of people try to take or imitate what you guys are doing. For the entrepreneurs watching tonight, what do you do to thwart your competition from taking some of your R&D ideas, and how do you continuously improve the brand while they're doing that?
Yeah. So look, we try to focus on solving problems. So what we really are about is, okay, what is, if you think about our consumer, and our consumer, it's very simple. It is Black men. So what are the needs for Black men? And then how do we innovate around the technologies that we already have in order to serve Black men more? So for example, we went from, like, we had the safety razor, we had the clippers, we had the trimmers, then we have the electric razor. Okay. That's another one that we launched about last year. We're also trying to be in more places. So we're partnering with Ulta to launch more to help with their overall men's grooming section. And we're continuing to listen to our consumers. So because we're a brand that actually is very connected to our consumers online, whether or not it's social, whether or not it's on our website, we're actually getting those ideas and trying to incorporate them very quickly to the solutions that we're offering. We're also doing things like we're trying to stay in touch with the community. So we're doing things like, we are sponsoring the Atlanta Barber Institute. We are in the Clark Atlanta men's basketball program. We have a barbershop there. We're partnering with Overtime Elite, which is, it's a basketball league for young men who are 17 to 19 years old, who, as an alternative to them going to college, they can go play. These are our consumers. We want to be there with them and learn what they need as they're using our products.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so Procter Gamble has been, you purchased a few well-known Black brands from Bevel to Mael. And there's always a lot of backlash when Black founders sell their companies, right? So what's you being on the other side of that, right? What would you say to the community that, can actually hurt valuations, right? When you actually go online and now the company is not as valuable anymore because they're saying that it's sold out, and you know the narratives. So what would you say to that?
Yeah, look, I can't speak for all entrepreneurs. What I'll tell you is, as entrepreneurs that I know, that I've worked with, they really want to grow their businesses, right? So they want to figure out how they can get their products in more hands to more people, how they can expand to different product lines and continue to serve their consumers. To be able to scale, to create that scale, they will need to have partners. Whether or not it's partners where in the supply chain, whether or not it's partners like P&G. And so what I would say is, that is actually viewed as a positive to be able to connect and partner with these companies to allow for those businesses to grow disproportionately.